Hi, it's Carolyn, and welcome to With the Contest Queen. This is my special holiday edition, if you hadn't already guessed. And we're going to talk about sweepstakes season. If you haven't heard about sweepstakes season, stay tuned because you're going to learn about how to handle the onslaught of giveaways in the month of December. And I also have questions that were pre-submitted for tonight's live stream, but you can also ask me a question live and I'll answer it right now. What do you want to know about sweepstakes season? So let's begin with a question from Louise. And she says, how do I stay organized with so many giveaways coming at me? I have scraps of paper and notes scattered around, and I never see them to enter. 12 days are here, a new radio station contest there, a local store. Help. Yes, Louise, I have your back. The first thing that you need to do is to get organized, and it's not offline. The best way to be organized is to have a system. And I actually outline my system step by step in my books. Shameless plug there. But I also teach classes on it. If you just want to come and learn from me online, every class is customized to the students that are there. I don't pre-record a session and just leave it there for you to try and figure it out on your own. It's live and I can walk you through and I answer all your questions there. So what you want to do is you want to set up a system where you're saving your giveaways either in your browser, my favorite way in RoboForm, or you can use a sweepstakes aggregate, and many of them offer opportunities to save your giveaways that you want to enter in a system. Some are paid, some are free, and it all depends on the format you like. So for example, an American version of this is Sweeps Atlas, and another version is a Contest Girl for Canadians. Those are two examples of ones that have features that you can get organized. The reason I like RoboForm is I save everything in it, including social media giveaways. Now, my trick for some of them, if they are more mobile friendly, I just leave tabs open in my phone. And for social media, I've gotten to the point, for example, on Instagram that I just enter giveaways on my personal account, and then giveaways is all I see in my feed. And I have a set of friends that I tag, and then they tag me, but I always save social media giveaways for last. I know they're the most popular ones during sweepstakes season, but I save them for last because once you get down the social media rabbit hole, you could be there for days. So I always try to enter them last. Now that's my system. You may prefer to do them first, and that's the secret to winning. You have to be having fun. Now, this is probably, I should say, the worst time of year to try and organize because there's so much coming at you. But that's okay. Start small and work your way up, because once you're organized, you will wonder how you ever sweepstakes before with their little bits of paper. So let me go and see what questions we have, and then I'll go back. This is an interesting comment. I saw yesterday that Ellen is hosting your 12 days of giveaway and decided I wanted to win. In the past, she picked one person to give all 12 day due, so I emailed. That's right. The name of my first book, you can't win if you don't enter. Oh, this is good. So she has a couple of follow-up comments. She says, I nominated her mom. How can I manifest this if I don't even know if she's going to give away all 12 days again, or if I'm too late for her to get my email? I don't know. And then she said what gift she's giving away and what to visualize. So what's cool about this is you don't actually have to visualize winning Ellen's 12 days. You just have to visualize winning. So just envision your mom or you being notified of winning, and it can be a surprise, but just have that feeling of winning and visualize showing up at your mom's with all these boxes that are wrapped with amazing gifts inside, but you don't have to know what the gifts are, but you just know they're amazing. Oh my gosh, I can almost feel it now. I can see you standing at the front of her door with your arms like this because they're full of packages. And try and do that. It's going to be really cool. That's what I would do. And then just allow prizes to show up from anywhere. Because say, for example, you wanted a trip, but you didn't win it from Ellen, but you won it from, I don't know, an airline. Does it matter? No, you got the trip. That's the end result that you wanted. So it doesn't matter. That's what I would do. Yes, Sharon, that's what I need to be organized and doing all this. That's actually a key to winning. And one of the reasons that many sweepers are able to win frequently is because they're organized and they have a system. So when you sit down for an hour or two, you are maximizing that time. You're not wasting time. And one of the keys I always remind people, always enter all the giveaways in your system first and then go add new ones in. And I know this because I've learned this the hard way. I'll never forget the one time I went. I was so excited. I found all these new giveaways. I put them in my system. I went back to my system to enter my dailies, and I couldn't remember which ones were the ones I just added and which ones I was supposed to be entering. So then I just didn't want to disqualify myself. So I scrapped the whole day. I didn't enter it anymore. So that's my trick there. Let me see. Oh, Rebecca. Yeah, she was in one of my previous classes. I have the calendar up for the new year, but I haven't added in the workshop schedules. So on the workshop page. So I will be doing that shortly. And then you can start signing up for the new year. We have, we've scheduled everything from January to April. Oh, Mary Ellen says, what sweeps do you enter first? Would those be online ones that you enter via website? Yes. When I say that, I enter all my regular ones first, and then social media ones. The social media ones are easy because I like to do the computer ones, obviously, on my computer. I sit, but the social media ones are great because I can sit and watch TV with George and at the same time just scroll my phone and enter and watch a movie at the same time. So I kind of save those for later in the day and also they don't require a lot of thinking. Sometimes the ones online have games and have questions and you need a form and you need a UPC code and all these things. Whereas social media, you're usually just liking the post, tagging your friends, maybe sharing it to your stories. It's really simple and repetitive. And so I can do that and watch TV at the same time. Oh, Anon says, I'm entering local radio contests upon your advice. I'm envisioning winning too. Yes. So there's 3 ways to enter radio contests. There used to be only one. You used to have to hear the cue to call in and phone in and try to win. But now, because of sweeps websites, the internet, a lot of radio stations have websites and they host giveaways on their websites. I actually do very well on those ones. I don't know why. I just do. And then the other ones on the radio, you either hear a word and text in, and if they call you back, you can play a game, or if they text or if they call you back, you're in the draw, or you win instantly. Like depends on the giveaway. Or there's ones where you apply online, and then if you hear your name called, you have 10 minutes to phone in and you win. One radio station near me has, it's like a race. They'll call out 2 names and the person to call back first wins. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, it's too much pressure. So there's lots of radio station contests. So you don't have to feel like you have to have a fast phone or a quick dial finger anymore. Okay. So here's a social media question. I always see giveaways on Facebook and other social media platforms where people in the comments say, pick me, types of things, or other fawning comments. I'm not judging them, but why did they do this? Do contest hosts actually ever take all those compliments into consideration? First of all, I don't think it's good energy that they're putting those comments, because that feels very graspy and in lack. And to me, they're not going to win. I do run giveaways for companies doing Instagram, and we use WooBox to pick the winners. And we do a random pick. It is a random pick. So what I do is, if say we have 5 prizes, I will go and pick 10 names. And then the first 5 people are the 5 winners. And then if they don't get back to me, whatever, I have 5 backups. It has nothing to do with what they commented. It's completely, well, it is random, but there's no nepotism. We're not looking through the entries. Now, I do verify that the person has followed the rules. So I'll read the comment to make sure, did they tag somebody? Did they use a hashtag? Like whatever the rules were set out in that contest, I check the comment. I also check their profile, because sometimes, we'll be running it with a specific eligibility, like just for Canada or just for the US. And the person, I can see right on their profile, they live somewhere else. And I'm like, no, you're not eligible. So I'll disqualify them before I even contact them if they didn't follow the rules, or if the comment didn't follow the rules or whatever. They're automatically disqualified. And then I go on to the next person. So that's how the draws are done. But I don't look at the comments. Like if it said pick me, but the rest of the comment followed the rules and they were randomly picked, then they would win. But I don't think that energy will get them prizes. How do you know the social media contests are real? Generally, they have large, they're large companies, for example, or even small businesses. Like when I host a giveaway, people know that I'm going to give away the prize when I say I'm going to give away a prize. And, but you can usually tell the large companies. And if you're really not sure what the company is, go look at their profile, see what they're posting, see what their website is, see, you can tell generally if it's real or not. And you can also tell, like, for example, I'm not verified on Instagram or Facebook, or Twitter for that matter. However, some companies are verified, but if the company name looks a little weird, like it has a double letter or has like a dash at the end or a dot in the middle of the name, if it's like a 2-part name, there's a dot. So what happens is a lot of companies, legitimate companies, will host a giveaway. And then immediately afterwards, in my inbox, I'll get, or even like a week later, I'll get a, hey, congratulations, you won our giveaway. Go click here and fill out the form and then screenshot it and send it back so we know that you filled it out. Yeah, that's fake. First of all, because they're going to ask you for a credit card number. Fake, fake, fake. They usually use all these emojis and make it sound like you're an official winner. No, usually when you're a winner, they tag you in the post. They say, hey, contact us with a DM. You've been selected as one of our potential winners and you have 24 hours to get back to us or whatever. And then you can go and DM them and they would have followed you so you can answer them back. That's another tip. If you suddenly get a follow from a large company on your social media, you probably got picked. And then it'll be a generic, hey, send us your name, address, phone number, email, so we can ship you out your prize. It's that simple. It's that simple. You can tell, right? And also with the comments, if there's 3 comments, it's probably fake. Unless it was posted like 1 minute ago. If it's posted like 2 days ago and there's 3 comments, then it's a worry. If it's posted 2 days ago and there's 10,000 comments, yeah, it's probably legit. Yes, Rebecca, we will get you organized in the new year. I love teaching that RoboForm workshop. Ooh, my HP computer started slowing down a great deal, probably due to the fact that it's 13 years old. Yes, I have replaced my 9-year-old computer for the same reason. I just, I just purchased a new one today, another Hewlett Packard. I'm excited to enter quicker and more on a daily basis. I scored a great deal on Cyber Monday. Yeah, it's actually a good time to replace a computer. We just replaced George's computer for the same reason. His died in September. And I said, you're too close to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We're going to wait. And we got him a great deal on a laptop. Yes, the speed, I actually talk about this in my books. The speed of your computer does make a difference. The faster your system, the easier it's going to be. And things are getting made redundant quickly. So you will notice a massive difference. I wouldn't be surprised if you entered, a quarter or a third more in that amount of time on a new system. Oh, Louise, how do I use RoboForm to its full extent? That's a whole class in itself. And actually, I can't show people on the live stream because not that I don't want to, it's just impossible to. It's why I teach it in a Zoom class and I walk people through it step by step on how to create what that RoboForm calls an identity, so that when you enter a form, it fills it out. How to create a pass card, because RoboForm will save more than just your name, address, and phone number. So people say to me, why I use autofill in my browser? It's fine, but it won't remember radio buttons. It won't remember UPC codes. It won't remember, all kinds of things. So what I do is I use it to save the full form, and then any notes and things like that. You can do all kinds of things with RoboForm you can't do with autofill, which is why I love it so much. I'm coming up to my 20th anniversary of using RoboForm as a sweepstakes tool. I've contacted them. Stay tuned, because in February, I'm going to be interviewing the vice president of marketing from RoboForm, and we're going to be giving out RoboForm prizes. How cool is that? I can't believe I've been using it for 20 years for entering sweepstakes. That's how much I love it. Plus, I show people also how to use it as it was originally intended, as a password keeper, because I use it to save all my sweepstakes passwords. Plus, I run my own business and I have all kinds of tips on the passwords. So you really get your money out of it. Leanne says, I always use the host phone and cell when calling radio stations to better her odds. I've had a conversation with somebody on social this week, and it was kind of funny. They messaged me because there's a local radio station that's giving away a trip on an airline, but it's a call-in, and it's one of the rare phone-in. Hear the cue to call in. Hear the jet fly. Call us now. You have to be the 9th caller through. And she says, I can't get through on my cell. It's just not working. And I said, yeah, I know why. Because it's a classical music station. Everybody listening is 80 years old, and they all still have landlines. And they're faster than cell phones and dialing into the radio stations. So now, that said, you can't get through. There was one the previous week that was a call in, and I managed, you had to listen like 4 times a day for a different code word. If you had the code word, call in. I managed to be, you're supposed to be the 10th caller. I managed to be callers 2, 3, 6, and 8 at various times. And I was never caller 10. The one where I thought it was 8 because it took so long to get through, I thought, oh, for sure I'm number 10. No. Mary Ellen wanted me to clarify this. So there's a retweet on Instagram if you're supposed to reply with a comment or simply hit the retweet button. This one's always tricky because I have to read what they say. So sometimes it'll say follow and retweet, RT. Yeah, that's just straight up retweet. Sometimes it will say follow and follow, retweet, and comment as to why you want to win, blah, 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 blah. So you could either quote tweet, leaving the comment, and there's usually a hashtag involved in those ones, or you can just reply. The problem is if they're just taking straight answers with no hashtag, they have no way to track your answer. So I would always reply, because then when they do a drawing, they're taking the answers from the replies. Because that's how the drawing software works. So I always reply versus do it in a quote tweet if there's no hashtag. You have to really read it sometimes. And then I go and look and see what other people have done. Yes, organization is key. So I teach you step by step in my book, or you can just take a class. If some people are more visual learners, they can't just read it. They need to see it. And that's why I have the classes. Because actually, I'm a visual learner. Like, I learned from experience. That's why I'm so good at this, because I've made every mistake under the book. That's why I'm so good at teaching. Because, someone wants to know the mind over matter game that Helene talked about and how you play it for lottery draws. Okay. So the mind over matter. So she was terrified of flying. She did not want to fly. And she had to con herself into saying it was okay. So she just kept repeating to herself that she could fly, she could fly, she could fly. Oh my gosh, I'm sounding like Mary Poppins or Tinkerbell in Peter Pan. You can fly, you can fly. So she just kept saying it to herself in her head and convincing herself every time, oh yeah, I'm going on a plane, it's going to be fine. And then she did it, and she was terrified. And then, like she said, she white knuckled the first time. And then the second time she managed to open her eyes. And the third flight, she managed to actually eat a little something. And then she got better and better to the point where she flew all over the world. I would practice with something in your realm first. The key is to listen to yourself talk, to find out where your blocks are. And your inner voice can sometimes be very quiet and insidious. So listen to it. Like when you're buying your lottery tickets, do you have a flash that says, yeah, I don't know why I'm spending my money, I'm not going to win? Or I don't do well on scratchers. You have to really listen to the inner voice. If you want to expand upon what Helene meant, I suggest reading anything by Neville Goddard or Dr. Joseph Murphy, because they were both very good in living in the end result and not allowing their external circumstances to dictate what their future was going to be. Right? So remember, there's a story in Helene's third book where she talks, Dr. Joseph Murphy actually came to visit her, and he told her a story about how he manifested his fully furnished home, similar to how she had. And how he did it was he just started visualizing what he wanted. And he was broke. He lived in like a rooming house. He was renting a room. He didn't have a whole place to himself. And he didn't have a telephone. And he worked at a radio station doing positive talks. If he looked at his outer world, what in his outer world would ever give him the idea that he would someday own a huge home of his own that came fully furnished? Like, there was nothing to indicate that he was heading in that direction. He wasn't letting his outside circumstances dictate where he was going to end up. He just kept looking at where he wanted to be. And eventually it showed up out of the blue. He had like a lawyer just randomly knock on his door because he went to the radio station to find him and realized he didn't have a phone. He had to and the radio station was kind enough to give him the boarding house address and to find him and tell him he had inherited this house. How would he have ever figured that was how he was going to get it? It could come anyway. So also ask yourself, why do you want to win the lottery? Is it to buy a house? Well, then don't worry about the lottery. Picture the house and let it just show up the way it's going to show up. If you want to travel all the time, just envision yourself traveling. All right. So let's go on to more sweepstakes questions. Oh, Kelly. Yeah, you have to come to my January RoboForm class. I'm going to go fix the workshop buttons right after this live stream. Oh, look at this. Rachel. Oh, here it is. Sorry, it didn't come up. Your festival attire is charming to invoke others. Yeah, I have my elf crew. I'm sitting too low, but I have an elf crew t-shirt on. And I think my daughter had made these earrings one year. She's very crafty. But yeah, if I'm talking sweepstakes season, okay, and we'll eventually talk to that. I'm answering all these questions right now. Oh, what do you have to be checking for social media so I don't miss my name in a comment that I need to claim a win? So what you're looking for is, because Meta has changed Instagram, there's 2 places you have to look. Actually, there's 3. So you check your notifications and you scan the to see if anybody's tagged you from a company. The second place is check your messages, because sometimes people that are following you, the notification is now a message. I do not understand why some are still tags and some are still messages. And then look, there's a hidden requests or request section. You have to tap that to see if anybody's requested to have a conversation with you, and check there. So let's read. Rebecca sent in a question. She says, hello, I'm enjoying my sweepstakes hobby. I'll be turning into the Q&A tonight. Hello. I'd like to know if there's an advantage to saying subscribe to a sponsor's email list while the contest is running, or if we can unsubscribe immediately. Thanks for your time. It depends on the contest. Some actually say in the rules that you need to be a subscriber to be eligible to win. And depending on the sponsor, sometimes I say subscribed because they're always hosting giveaways and I want to know about them. So I stay subscribed to those. And after a while, you get to know which ones are always hosting giveaways, so you know not to unsubscribe. Again, it all goes back to the rules. I usually do every couple of months, I go through and I do a purge. Tom Cavalli had the best advice for this, so I like to pass it on. A lot of times our inboxes get overwhelming. And mine's at that stage right now because it's almost at the end of the year. So every about 3-4 months, I probably should do it more frequently. I will unsubscribe from, 20 a day. If you don't have that many, you can just do 5 a day or 10 a day. And if you do that every day for 30 days, your inbox is going to be back to the ones that you really want to get. But again, read the rules. Usually they want you to subscribe, especially during the duration of the contest. And you may discover you like their product, so you do want to get their email, or you may discover that they're always frequently holding sweepstakes and you want to stay subscribed. So you have to play it by ear. Oh, we have a winner. Daniel said he won an Instagram contest this week, $25 on Amazon. Yay. Love that. Okay, 'tis the season for Advents. Okay, so I'm going to answer a few more questions, and then I'm going to talk about the sweepstakes season and basically 12 days of giveaways, 24 days of giveaways. Oh, how do you post a story of a company on Instagram while accurately remembering the spelling of their complicated handle? There's a trick to that. So when you hit story, their picture will pop up, and at the bottom will generally be their username. So if you read it and start typing at and then start spelling it out, Instagram will start bringing up images that are, who you're tagging, and you can tap it. And that's how I do it. Oh my gosh, he's tried Instagram for the first time this week and right away won a $25 gift card. Can you please send us some fairy dust, Daniel? I've been using Instagram for 10 years. Now, I have one on Instagram, but I don't make it my main focus, so I don't win on Instagram frequently. But again, I'm not putting my energy into it, so I'm not disappointed because that's not my focus. I know people that focus on Instagram giveaways and win lots from Instagram because that's where they're putting their energy. Energy flows where attention goes, as they say. So Holly has the last question that was emailed to me in advance. I think I have tried to ask this question before, but what is a referral chain? What is the purpose of it? Does the person who has the referred chain get points, more chances of winning? Do you? Or do you? I see this in the comment section on the Contest Girl website. So one of the websites, and it's not the only one, a lot of them have these, where sweepstakers help each other out. So for example, I find a giveaway and I share it with the Contest Girl website. Now, I can't post my referral link as the main link to the contest because that's what they call a quote dirty link. You can't post those. You post a direct link to the contest, but then in the comments you say, hey, here's my referral link. And then the next person will use your link to enter the giveaway and then come back and put a comment and say, here's my referral link. So each person above gets one extra entry into the giveaway. And the referral chain, the idea of a referral chain is it's kind of a pay it forward, like when people going through the drive-through and they pay for the car ahead of them or behind them. I can't remember which way it goes. And it's just a goodwill gesture, kind of like all boats rise with the tide, which I love. All boats rise with the tide. And we're going to see what happens. So that's why people like to do a referral chain. I used to do it with my contest club before COVID, and we used to have a Facebook group just for our club, and we would do the same thing. So if you use somebody else's link, they would get an extra entry, and then you come back and put your link, and then the next person that enters that uses your link, you get an extra entry. Some people feel they don't like sweepstakes that have referral components because they feel that some people will get a ton of entries and then they don't have a chance to win. I enter if I like the prize. I don't worry about whether it's a referral or not. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh goodness. Okay, so let's see here. We've got okay. Oh, which one do you start reading first? You know what? If you want to save some money, go find this one on Kindle. It's only 99 cents. Start there because I'm working on another one. And I think it's really easy. Now, it's not on Amazon or it's only on Kindle. If you're going to buy a book, like physical book, buy my next one because it's got some of the social media stuff in it. Those are my two suggestions. Okay. Oh, yeah. In certain contests I don't enter. Yeah. So for example, first of all, I don't enter the Publishers Clearinghouse Sweepstakes because the odds of winning the Powerball are actually better than winning the Publishers Clearinghouse Sweepstakes. I know, right? Who knew? And then also I read the terms and conditions of what. So for example, somebody said to me, hey, one of the magazine websites has a ton of giveaways. And I'm like, oh, let's go look at them. So I was teaching the class and we went over to the that's the nice thing. Somebody can ask a specific question and I can show it live. So we went over to the website and I started looking at all the, and I'm like, oh, these prizes are nice. Let's look. So we click on it and the requirements to enter, there's a clause and they're not hiding anything. They're legit and they're telling you exactly what they're going to do. They're going to share your information with their affiliates and their other companies. So if you sign up to those magazine sweepstakes, yes, they are giving away the prize, but your inbox is just going to get clogged. I'm very careful about where I enter. Believe it or not, my contest email inbox has less spam in it than my work email. So I know I'm doing it right. Yes, they're all actually in the evening. But I guess it depends on what your time zone is. I'm in Eastern time zone. So if you're in Australia, it might be the next day. Yes, this is a good tip. Sema says, same, switching emails. Use my current one for over 20 years. Get so much spam. Use a different email for banking, Cash App, Venmo. Yes. So have an email address just for entering sweepstakes. Sema, what you're going to want to do is start porting over slowly. So set up a new email address and start entering with that. But for the next like 6 months, depends. You'll start to notice, depends on the length of time for the giveaways. Keep checking the old ones to make sure you don't miss any notifications. Do searches for the words winner, congrats, congratulations, affidavit, release form, any, like all different kinds, and start weeding through that way. And then eventually you can just close the whole account. Wow. Darcy says, I tagged my son in everything and he has so much more luck. A huge win. He won $6,000 in groceries last month. Oh my God, that is amazing. Congratulations. I hope he's going to give you some of those gift cards. Oh, another winner. I love this. This is why I love this hobby. I'm not the only one that wins. We're all winners. I won a $250 gift card on Instagram 2 weeks ago and it arrived right before Thanksgiving. Nice. Love that. Yes, having dedicated sweeper friends is key. We share links, giveaways, tag each other, and let each other know when we see their name for a win. Some companies won't tag you and expect you to reach out. I know, like we're mind readers, right? I have a contest club that's actually starting to get together in person again. Yay. Yes, it only takes one entry to win. I say it only takes one to win with a W. One, W-O-N, to win. Yes, PCH is a waste of time, and 12 different companies, yes, not good. Do you think more companies are moving to social media like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter? It depends on the size of the company. Smaller companies, yes. Larger companies, no. A lot of smaller companies are doing it because it's just less expensive for them to run a giveaway on social than it is to run a bigger giveaway. Oh, my contest club, I have two. One is located near my home. So unless you live near me, you can't come. The other one's online. And actually our last meeting of 2022 is on Wednesday. There's still room. So just go check my website and you can come. Yeah, and I should have said, like, I made my own sweepstakes Facebook group specific to the Northwest. And so she's got a group online. But go to my website and I have a list of sweepstakes clubs. So some meet in person, some meet online. I have an online one. Okay, so I don't need a vacation. I need cash value. Can I ask for cash value? Depends on the rules. If the rules don't state a cash value or a cash option, don't enter for vacation giveaways because you'll be expected to go on the trip. If you can't go on the trip, they will give it to somebody else. Like, that's it. And more companies want you to travel, especially after COVID. They're getting companies giving away prizes for travel because they want people traveling again. So cash options are becoming less and less of an option within a trip giveaway. So you might want to do searches for cash options or just enter cash giveaways. Like, just don't enter vacation sweepstakes if you don't want to go, and let somebody else go that wants to go. Oh, somebody entered an Instagram jail. I lost my Insta account because I entered too many and I was only tagging a group of 3 anyway. You lost the whole account? Ooh, that's harsh. So let's talk about the 12 days of giveaways. So what happens, I call it sweepstakes season. It's also known as Advent calendar season. If you follow a Super Lucky Die in the UK, she talks, it's Advent calendar season for them over there. And it's basically the 12 days giveaways. So you'll notice that what happens is now, I'll talk about what's been going on lately, but in the past, from December 1st to December 12th, there's an onslaught of giveaways because everyone's hosting the 12 days of Christmas. So every day they'll host a giveaway. And it used to be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I don't know what they're going to be doing this year. I've actually seen some sponsors saying they're ceasing their Twitter giveaways and they're moving them to Instagram. So they used to host some on all their platforms, and now they're only doing Instagram. They've removed and probably Facebook, but Facebook was infrequent. But they used to do 2 weekly Twitter giveaways, and they've moved them to Instagram because they don't want to be on that platform anymore. So you may see less giveaways on Twitter this year. I believe you will see an increase in Instagram ones for sure. And I've already won a Christmas TikTok giveaway. So you start entering those TikTok giveaways. They are harder to find, but keep your eye out for them. And you can win them. So, oh no, I play The Price is Right at home, get tons of spam calls. Am I wasting my time? I don't know that one. It may be. You might be wasting your time. I don't know. I'd have to see that again. I'd have to read the rules. You want to see what the odds are to determine what you want to do. Okay. So anyway, they have them. And then what happens, and you'll be seeing a blog post from me on this, December 12th is what I call double day, because some companies do their giveaways from December 1st to December 12th. Some companies do them from December 12th to December 24th. Some actually do it from the 1st to the 24th. Some do it from the 1st to the 31st. Depends on the company. But generally, it's 12. So I call it double day because a lot of them have it the last day on the 12th, and then a lot of them have the first day on the 12th. So it almost doubles the volume of sweepstakes on December 12th. It's a Saturday, so if you're not working retail, you might be off and be prepared for that extra onslaught. But what I've seen happening is a lot of companies want to get a jump on it. So I saw Black Friday sales start a week before Black Friday. I saw my first Advent calendar sweepstakes start November 1st and go to November 12th. They've already started. I used to see them creeping back a little bit. So a couple of years ago, it was right back to Black Friday. Now it's right into November. So really, I don't even know. I think it's Halloween's over and sweepstakes season starts immediately now. It's a 2-month thing. I don't know. But there's been a definite increase, and there'll be a huge spike come Thursday this week. So let's go back to some of the comments. Someone said, I asked for cash option once when I won the Dixie plate. It was supposed to be like $10K for prizes and $5 for taxes. I got a laptop, a coding kit, Grubhub, and the rest in cash. It'll be easier for her, so she didn't shop for us so much to fulfill the prize. She loved that idea, and I got $10,000 in cash. Yeah, like I said, there's always a clause in the rules that allows the sponsor to substitute the prize if they wish, because the lawyers are always good. And so if they choose to do that, then it's up to them. So you can ask, but chances are not. Oh, Michelle says, I made a bingo board at the beginning of the year with prizes I want to win. I need one more prize for a bingo. It's fun. Okay, I'm going to send you. I don't know what's on your board, but I'm going to say that Michelle is going to bingo by the end of the year, whatever that is. What's my average time to send a sweeps a day? It's about an hour to 2 hours. Right now, it's less than that because I don't really have a lot of time. But I'm going to have to pick up my game because sweepstakes season's starting. And I won't win if I don't enter. What are your thoughts on the Wheel of Fortune contest? Yeah, I get the code. It's open to Canada too, so I get the code and I check it, but I forget half the time to check it. And I've never won, so I don't spend too much time on it because I think a lot of people are doing it. You're better off with local. So how you increase your odds of winning is concentric circles. So you're going to enter your local giveaways, your statewide giveaways, your national giveaways. You're going to win more often in your locals. And that's what I do. I win more often in my locals. And then some nationals. I do really well in the summer. For some reason, the summer is my best time. I think it's because I love my pin code hunting, and that's when I do really well. But that said, I've had a banner year for me, and I have to go and try and backfill my sweepstakes win spreadsheet because I've been so busy. I haven't maintained it the way I should either. Oh, I should do a bingo. You know what? Maybe I'll create one and put it on social media, and people can. I'll put out maybe, I don't know, 10 different types of bingo cards, and people can pick one. Maybe like a carousel on Instagram or something. I'm gonna figure that out because that would be fun to post like 10 different ones and let people pick ones that they're gonna do. That would be fun. So does anybody have any specific questions for the 12 days of giveaways? And again, being organized is key. Okay, so I have a newsletter going out on Thursday. And the 3 tips I give in that for the sweepstakes season is 1, prizes. Pick your prizes. There's going to be so many prizes, you can't handle it. Be very specific. Only enter for what you really want to win. Because if a prize looks good, but you can't really use it, it's going to take time. Like, so if you spend time entering for something you kind of want, you're taking away entry time for something you really want. So focus on what you really want, and that's going to make a difference. Two, okay. We've already kind of discussed it, but it's my tip. Friends. Have a circle of friends. I have 10 friends that I tag in sweepstakes especially on social media. 5 really close ones in my contest club. And then the rest are just social friends that I know online that I have met in person, most of them. So I tag them only if it's what I really want. So if it's a good prize that I'm like, oh, I want to win that, I'll tag 5 people. If I'm like, whoa, I need to enter that because I got to win that, I'll tag 10, and that's it. Some people will tag 100 people. First of all, I don't have time. And my thought is, if I'm going to win, I'm going to win. And I've won a couple times. Like this year, I won 2 really nice stock pots from a Father's Day giveaway. It was supposed to be like one for me and one for my dad. Yes, I actually did give my dad the stock pot. Stunning prize. Love it. Already been using it. Like, it's fantastic for making stock and literally stock and soups. And I made chili in it already, and I just love it. It's huge. Unfortunately, I got it. We didn't have the big burner to do like backyard corn boils or something, but maybe next summer we'll figure that out. And then, yeah. So what do you do when they say follow everyone? We follow an Insta and Andrew. You have getting blocked sometimes. Oh, those are called loop. Okay, so what Darcy's referring to is what they call a loop giveaway. So say I'm a small business and I can't afford to give away a big prize, but if I combine myself with 9 other businesses and we all chip in $100, we can buy $1,000 prize and give it away because it only costs us, and we all get followers. So the idea is I post this giveaway and I say, and go follow this company, and then you go over there and you enter, and then it says, and go follow that company, and you go in a loop. And then the last company points back to me. So we're all like, so whatever one you find first, it will take you through the loop, which is okay. But I saw one company once, there was 60 people in the loop. I'm like, are they crazy? If it's a 3-person loop, there's a lot of partnerships. I have no problems with the partnerships. Like Benefit Makeup Company does a lot of partnerships. They'll say, follow us and follow this thing, and then you win like a joint prize. I don't have a problem with that. I think it's great. When it's 50, I'm like, I'm out. I don't enter. Because yeah, you get blocked and it's not worth it. Right? Look at this. I bought it on Instagram. Usually has great prizes for 12 days. There's a good time. Is there a best time to enter a giveaway? I've won late at night and others win early in the morning. It's funny because I teach this stuff, and in my brain, I think the best time to enter sweepstakes is first thing in the morning because it's early. I'm up super early. Nobody's entering. I'm going to win. Some of my best wins have been in the middle of the day. But in my mind, I'm still saying, okay, I'm going to win an instant, but I don't know why I'm entering in the middle of the day because I'm not going to win. And then I win in the middle of the day. So there is no best time, because how how it works is it's a computer program. So I'm the sponsor and I set up this program and I have, I don't know, 100 instant prizes to give away between December 1st and December 31st. So I set up the program and I say, okay, I have 100 prizes and it randomizes the time. It takes 30 and divides. So there's going to be at least 3, sometimes 4 prizes a day, depending on the day, right? And it's randomized the days between this day and this day. It can be at any time. So anytime you enter, you could be a winner because it could be any time between right when it starts and right when it finishes. It could be the instant win. So then the person that enters at the time right after that time is the winner. That's how it works. Yeah, everybody is getting tagging friends here. I think maybe on Contest Queen, I'm going to start doing tagging to, like, so in my Good Vibrations Facebook club, my Good Vibrations Sweepstakes Club Facebook group, I have tagging Tuesdays. And on those days, people can share all their information. And unfortunately, I haven't been as consistent with it as I should be. That's one of the things that I'm working on for 2023, is getting more consistent across all my platforms on some things, because I am one person and I have a lot on my plate. And so that setting in those systems, which is why I'm not contesting as much as I should be, which is why I'm setting up those systems so that I can better teach you guys. And it gives people friends that they can tag without fear. And also, it's a great place to share your wins because no one will give you the stink eye. They all cheer when you win. It's such a great feeling to post in there. Oh, Mary Ellen is giving everybody a good techie tip. She says, oh, I didn't read it properly. Is there a way that you set up a hotkey on your functions in your keyboard? For example, setting up an email address as a hotkey rather than having to type it over and over. Well, that's what autocomplete. So most browsers have an autocomplete. So my favorite browser is Chrome, but a lot of people like Firefox. I don't use Microsoft Edge, so I can't tell you. I'm pretty sure it has an autocomplete feature. I don't know what it is. I like Chrome because when I'm entering on my phone, sometimes you'll go to a Facebook giveaway, for example, and I will take you to a form and I will use the autocomplete feature to fill out the form on my phone. So I do use autocomplete. I don't use RoboForm for everything if I find it on social. And it auto-completes it. Here we go. I even made sure my mug was red for today. I'm getting a little dry. Okay, so, right? You have to have a winning mentality. What's the point of entering? I don't know why I'm entering. I'm just wasting my time. Helene actually has a story like that in her book. When people find out you like entering sweepstakes and you win, they always teach me. And then they find out how much work it is. And they're like, this is too much work. I don't want to do it. Of course you don't want to do it. That's why we do it. Because we don't think it's work. We think it's fun. Anyway, she was going to the post office with this woman, and the woman took all her entries and threw them in the mailbox because they didn't have online in those days. This must have been the 70s. So this woman throws all of her entries in the mailbox and says, there goes nothing. And Helene was mortified. She's like, yeah, you're not winning because there goes nothing. Like, your words have power. One of the books that Helene read that I actually just started reading, I'm halfway through, is Florence Scovel Shinn's book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. Sound familiar? The Name It and Claim It game? This stuff isn't new. It's been around for hundreds of years. Some say thousands, depending on what you're reading. There's been so many different books on it, written in different ways, which is actually what's really good about it, because I might read one book and understand it and get it. And you're like, oh, I hated that book. I did not understand what they were saying at all. And then you pick up a different book and it says the same thing, but in a different format. And you go, oh my God, I love this book. This is the book. That's why. Because we're all different, right? We all need different teachers. So anyway, back to the 12 days of giveaways. I saw Billy Connolly once. No, we actually didn't win tickets to that. We bought tickets. And he was a master at telling a story. And then he would go off on this tangent and it would go off into the weirdest meandering. And then somehow he would bring it all the way back around to the point that he left off at. I don't know how he did it. And I just looked at him. I thought, yeah, that is so brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. Okay, so the third, okay, so one, let's recap since I've gone on this trail. One, enter for prizes only that you really want to win. Okay. Two, have a set of friends that you can tag because it's going to save you so much trouble if you're just doing the same people over and over again. Okay. And three, feel free not to enter any sweepstakes. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive, but listen, if you're busy one day because your grandkids are coming over and you're baking, and then you're going to go out caroling, and then you know there was a snowstorm in your area and you got a shovel, or you've got to decorate your front yard, or you know you've got 100 things to wrap, or you know just stuff, or you're going to your aunt's house. You gotta drive for hours. It doesn't, it's okay just to take a day off and enjoy and be present in whatever you're doing. Enjoy the holidays. Now, you can sneakily sort of enter sweepstakes because take pictures of everything. Because if somebody is, they're decorating the tree, take a few pictures because there's going to be a contest that says, hey, show us your tree and be in to win. Take a picture of your holiday dinner. Take a picture of your favorite dish. Maybe do a video on making your mother's special. I should do one year on, I think it would be a great contest entry. My grandmother always made rice stuffing, which is actually really fantastic because if you're gluten intolerant, if you've got celiac, you can totally have my stuffing. So it's, something completely different. That's absolutely delicious. So that would make a great contest entry. Record yourself doing that, film it, do different things, and save those for the next holidays. Now, I have never done this, and I should have done it from the start, which is why I'm giving you guys a tip. Every month or so, offload the pictures from your camera and start putting them in files, or even files on your phone. Food, contest entries, travel, family, sort them out. So when someone says, hey, post a picture of your favorite holiday activity, you have a folder with all those pictures in there. So you don't have to go hunting through, 4 years of camera photos. Yes, and phones have shortcuts you can program. Thank you for that one, Melanie. And it all depends on the phone. Depends on the shortcuts. Apple is not the same as Android. Okay, so those are my 3 sweepstakes tips. If you can come back and enter them. So we've been going for an hour. We're going to wrap this up. Is there any other questions for this sweepstakes? Now, don't panic. I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm coming back on December 19th to do this again, to see how everybody's, it's going to be a holiday check-in, to see how everybody's handling it. And if you have any new questions, because you might be going crazy with all the, right? Oh yeah, love Florence Scovel-Shinn. She's she's really good. Just envisioning yourself winning. And now Helene did tell me I split my energy, and I get what she said. She would pick one prize that she wanted. She would enter all those giveaways. She would see herself winning it and she'd win it. And to me, that's not any fun. I love the dreaming of the 100 different prizes and not knowing which one's going to show up. And so, yes, technically I'm splitting my energy, but I just love the dreaming part of it. To me, that's the fun of the hobby. And so if I take that away, then it's no fun for me. Well, then what's the point? Right? You have to enter this hobby the way you like to enter it. So yes, technically I was splitting my energy, but and you have to be positive. You have to be positive that you're going to win. And so one of the things I tell people, this is going back to the mind over matter thing that we were discussing earlier. Every time, so especially if you're going through a dry spell, I've had people go through dry spells, even I've gone through dry spells. And what you say is, while you're entering, I wonder if this is the one that I'm going to win. Ooh, this is exciting. And you can feel the excitement. Ooh, I wonder if it's this one. Will I get 2 of these? Will this one and this one both notify me that I won? Wow, that'd be crazy. Can I make it a hat trick? Which 3 that I'm entering today are going to come through in the future? Right? You can feel it. I can feel it. I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you guys and I can feel it here. I can feel how good it is. Do you have to have a laptop? Some contests don't allow mobile entry. Yeah, I prefer my laptop for entering, actually. I am not a fan of entering on my mobile. I find it too small. Maybe it's to the fact now that I have reading glasses on. These are my readers. And then I have, so these are my other glasses. These are my single vision with readers. And these are my computer with readers. So I really prefer my laptop. And sometimes I find myself, like, if I found my phone and it's really, hard, I will take my glasses off and hold it up to my face. So yeah, I really prefer my laptop. But yeah, if they don't design it to be on your phone, then it's really tough. And even if you get an inexpensive laptop, you need like a Windows one versus a Chromebook, because a Chromebook is basically a big phone with a keyboard. So you can still enter, and I find it's easier. I travel with my Chromebook because I won't take my work computer on a trip. I can't afford to have anything happen to it. So I won't take it. I take the Chromebook and I work off the Chromebook, and then all my email I do on my phone, and it's fine. I'm only away a little while. But yeah, I just want a touch tune song in the White Claw instant win, as you were speaking about winning. Oh my God, that is so funny. Well, congratulations. Yeah, and actually go check Angelina. Oh my gosh, I didn't want to come out. I definitely need more water. It's a great time to buy. That's why we just bought George a new laptop, because we got a really good deal. Now, he wanted a much bigger laptop, but the deal on this little laptop, and he's not super techie. Like, he doesn't live, his business is not online like mine is. And for what he does, I said, this is perfect. So it's a little smaller than what he would have liked, but you can always plug in a monitor if you need something bigger. Because we only got him this like little 11-inch laptop. I really like Lenovo. I'm a little bit Lenovo biased. Everything I have is Lenovo. Well, except for the camera, but in the microphone, but the laptops, my old laptop, this one, the Chromebook, and now George's are all ThinkPads. Well, actually, no, I think the Chromebook's an IdeaPad, but anyway, they're all Lenovo. I just think it's a, I just find them to last the longest, but that's just my personal opinion. Like, someone just bought an HP and she loves it, and I've had HP in the past before. I loved them. Loved it. Right. And then you change to whatever, that was George's previous computer. He had an HP for, oh my gosh, I don't know how long, like years. So there's lots of good deals out there. Yes, I hope Santa brings us lots of wins too, Lisa. I agree. Santa should send us lots of wins. Anyway, I'm going to do a check-in in 3 weeks to see how everybody's holding up. And get ready to tell me that you won lots. So here's what's going on. Tomorrow, I'm interviewing Ken Carlos of Sweepstakes Advantage, first time in 5 years. Then Wednesday is our annual, our last virtual contest club meeting of the year. Then on Thursday, my second to last email is going to go out. So if you're not on my email list, go and subscribe, because I give lots of tips. We're going to be revamping it. It's kind of long right now. I'm working on revamping it so it's more concise. So I might send out more emails, but shorter over the month. So it'll make it a little more compact. And then Friday is my last masterclass giveaway. So I've got something every day this week going on. So just keep following me. Wow. I love my Lenovo water resistant keyboard. Not my HP, not so much. I can't use numbers because I spilled coffee on my keyboard. Oh, I know, right? That's why everything I have has a lid. Yeah, I get so scared. I've done that before. And actually, I've bought my laptops is I've bought these now, and they're fantastic because they keep the computer in the air. I put it on the lowest setting, and it keeps it in the air. So good. It brings the monitor up here, and it keeps it off, so it keeps it more cool. I think that's the reason actually my last laptop lasted as long as it did, because I kept it cool and I didn't overheat the system, the motherboard. And then if you have a spill, it goes underneath. I have fried a mouse that way because it was down, but the computer was safe. I've had my keyboard so long, I can't read half the letters. Oh my God, that's so funny. I know there's lots of giveaways for electronics. So go find those gift cards for, Staples and Best Buy. Go find the companies. Logitech has lots of keyboards. Go find all those companies. So if there's things you need, this is actually another good tip. If you need it, right? Sir Lister of Speg, love that handle. Go find all the companies that would give you a prize that could fulfill what you need. So Best Buy gift cards, Amazon gift cards, cash, all the computer companies. Go check them out. See who's giving away keyboards. See who's giving away gift cards. And that will give you what you need. And by the end of December, you can have a brand new keyboard. There you go. Also, a lot of the really big sweepstakes end December 31st. So a lot of times we have huge winners in the first 2 weeks of January. That's kind of cool too. Sometimes it takes up to the end of January, depending on the company and how many programs they had ending at the end of the year, especially with agencies. If agencies are running a lot of giveaways for their clients, sometimes it takes them a whole month to get through all of them. So basically, January can be a massive winning month. Okay, so I've wrapped everything up. I will see. I don't think there's any more questions. Yes, Michelle actually says, love Amazon gift cards. I save them up and shop at the end of the year. It's a fantastic way to really, so you don't have, I never have any credit card hangover in the new year because I shop all year long. And then when Christmas comes, I buy a few things, and it's not hard on the pocketbook at all. So winning, there you go. Oh yeah, Spencer said tomorrow at 8 p.m. Yes, come back because you win an Amazon gift card. Ken has donated 6 of them, 4 to give away live and 2 to give away afterwards, because not everybody can come live. It's not fair, right? Oh, someone comes in at the last minute. Andrea says, I'm looking for a website that lists sweepstakes to enter. No subscription. Any suggestions? Yes. Sweepstakes, like, you mean you don't join? Well, I think that it's better to join because you can take some advantage of some of the features that don't cost anything. So, for example, Sweepstakes today, you can become a member. It doesn't cost you anything. Sweepstakes Fanatics, you can go through all their sweepstakes. You don't have to sign up for anything. Contest Girl, you can see everything. I recommend signing up because I recommend signing up to them because you can again use some of the features. There's a lot of them. Go through my website and poke around and see which ones you like. Actually, that is an advantage, Jean-Pierre, with the landline, because they tend to dial the radio stations faster. So if there's a queue to call in, you could probably win, whereas me on my cell wouldn't. So back to Andrea. Just poke around and see what you like. And that's it for now. And if you have in between, if you have questions, send them to questions@contestqueen.com and I'll answer them in another video. There you go. Bye for now and good luck. Oh, and maybe I should say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. There's lots of holidays.